Coming up on AC 24/7, Caught in the Middle, the Attorney General explains how the Justice Department is handling an investigation into 2 presidents and their use of classified documents. Plus, the family of a Memphis man are given a video of his tragic arrest and why his mother could not watch it all, and when it could be released to the public. And the use of the country's brand new suicide crisis hotline is picking up, why more people are calling 988, and who's helping it reach more people than ever. Hey there, welcome to another edition of AC 24/7. I'm Lamar Baldwin. More fallout between the Justice Department's classified documents investigation. Attorney General Merrick Garland says they are juggling 2 separate cases involving the current president and his predecessor. The Advocate Channel's Phil Maddenling reports.
We do not have different rules for Democrats or Republicans.
Tonight, Attorney General Merrick Garland pledging impartiality.
We apply the facts and the law in each case in a neutral, nonpartisan manner. That is what we always do, and that is what we do in the matters that you're referring to.
As 2 investigations, one of a current president, one of a former president, grip a divided country. After another weekend of new discoveries and new questions, President Biden again ignoring those questions as he arrived at the White House Monday, facing the reality of a rapidly escalating investigation into his handling of classified documents.
The fact is, the FBI conducted this search, not his attorneys. That really ratchets the investigation up.
After the FBI spent more than 13 hours searching his Wilmington home, discovering even more items with classified markings.
At worst, this is sloppy. This is an oversight, flouting of the law by someone who's been in government for 50 years. And it gets worse because it could be a severe problem with our national security.
The search coming with coordination and the approval of Biden's legal team.
The president and his lawyers offered up access, unprecedented access, I should add, to every single room of the president's personal home to ensure that any documents that need to be properly in possession of the government are taken and are in proper possession of the government.
As Biden's lawyers continue to pledge full cooperation and Democratic allies grow increasingly uncomfortable.
It's unbelievable how this could happen. It's totally irresponsible, and who's at fault?
Even as they press the sharp differences between Biden's developing case.
It is outrageous that either occurred.
And the investigation into President Donald Trump, which has been defined by a deliberate effort not to cooperate.
But the reaction by the former president and the current president could not be in sharper contrast.
All as House Republicans ramp up their own investigations into Biden's actions. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer asking the Secret Service for details, quote, regarding who had access to the home since serving as vice president, as the White House, in its first response to a House GOP request, pledged to respond to legitimate requests, even as it noted the, quote, critical need to protect the integrity and independence of law enforcement investigations. Those challenges now confronting a White House in transition, with powerful White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain set to step down in the coming weeks, and set to be replaced by Jeff Zients, Biden's former COVID-19 response chief and a veteran of top government positions across 2 administrations. A move designed to elevate and sharpen the administration's focus on its agenda priorities outside of the ongoing investigation.
Activists in Memphis, Tennessee are calling for the release of a video showing a man who died after a beating during a traffic stop earlier this month. Now the man's family have viewed that video, describing it as heinous, appalling, and deplorable. The Advocate Channel's Emily Schmidt has the latest.
We have seen the faces of 5 Memphis police officers fired in connection with Tyre Nicols' death after a traffic stop. Now Tyre's family says they have seen the actions of those officers, captured on video January 7th.
He was a human piñata for those police officers. It was an unadulterated, unabashed, nonstop beating of this young boy for 3 minutes.
Oh my God. Nicols' family and lawyers met with Memphis officials to see the video Monday. It was too awful, they said, for his mother to watch all the way through. But they say he could be heard calling for her and pleading with police.
Tyre said, "What did I do?" That was his question. What did I do?
In a tweet the day after the stop, police said there had been a confrontation and the suspect fled on foot, leading to more confrontation and apprehension. Tyre Nicols reportedly complained of shortness of breath. A hospital photo shows his injuries. Nicols' mother said he just wanted to get home.
He was less than 80 yards away when they murdered him.
Release the dog! Release the dog! A district attorney's statement says the video will be released, probably this week or next, but only when it won't impact the investigation. Lawyers say the video will be seen and will make a difference. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
People are getting creative to find solutions to the nationwide egg shortage that's led to empty store shelves and sky-high prices. Eggs are now being smuggled across the U.S.-Mexico border. Trying to cross with uncooked eggs without informing a border official is illegal, and it could cost you up to $10,000. A shortage of eggs, partially caused by the avian flu, has wiped out millions of egg-laying hens. Prices have jumped up nearly 60% in a year, but some people aren't waiting for the prices to drop. Instead of scrambling to find eggs, they're raising their own backyard hens. The 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline has seen a significant rise in call volume since it launched this summer. That's according to the latest data. The Advocate Channel's Mandy Gaither has a look at the numbers and why some believe the new Lifeline is transforming the crisis care system.
In 6 months, 3 numbers have connected millions of people to more than 200 call centers, the majority being answered in under a minute.
The average speed to answer year over year was about 3 minutes in 2021. It's now 44 seconds in December of 2022.
Since the transition to the easier to remember 988, more than 300,000 calls, texts, and chats have come in each month. The latest data shows calls answered increased by 48%, comparing December 2022 to the same month in 2021. Chats answered also increased by 263%, and texts answered increased by more than 1,400%.
There's been tremendous national dialogue, conversation, discussion about 988, about suicidal crises, mental health crises.
Health experts believe that's helped to reduce stigma and encouraged people to seek help. The Lifeline has also seen a lot of demand for a pilot program being tested that's aimed at the LGBTQ+ community, where youth have the option of being connected with counselors specially trained in inclusive crisis care.
Good morning, 988. How can I help you?
There has been a lot of demand and a lot of utilization of that service, which really speaks to what we've known all along, that there is a huge need in that population for access to care.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Zoe Saldana is now a box office record holder. She is the first actor to appear in 4 films that brought in more than $2 billion. Her portrayal of Neytiri in Avatar: The Way of Water is what put her over the top. Saldana's other top earners are Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and the first Avatar movie. James Cameron is the first director to have 3 films cross the $2 billion mark. That's for both Avatar movies as well as Titanic. Comedian and actress Maya Rudolph is taking over the job of representing the M&M candies. Parent company Mars says the partnership with Rudolph has been in the works for a while. She replaces the brand's spokes candies, those animated M&Ms that walk and talk and have colorful personalities. Mars said it decided to take an indefinite break from those spokes candies after recent changes to the characters sparked backlash. Last year, M&Ms unveiled a new look. For example, changing the green character's shoes from go-go boots to sneakers. The change was met with a 20,000 signature petition opposing the makeover. Then in September, M&M's announced a new character, a purple spokes candy. That change prompted another round of criticism. Thank you for joining us for another edition of AC 24/7. For more content that advocates for you, go to advocatechannel.com and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Lamont Baldwin.